Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out the XLM lumens price chart, and I think now we are sort of kind of seeing optimistic signs. Why is that? If you remember the last time that we talked about XLM, we were right around these areas, and the idea was that we are allowed to consider two different counts in here. Scenario number one suggests maybe starting from the highest high, we are having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure down, which means this is actually the beginning of a new move down. However, what happens after a 5 wave down? Even if you want to go according to the most pessimistic possibility, you know the answer, we are going to have a move up. That's why we said we're going to get a move up soon in XLM. Also, if you want to consider another count, okay, that suggests we are having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave in here, but it's actually going to be into the C leg of this, yep, I believe, A, B, C expanded flat. And once more, this scenario also suggests that we're going to have a move up. So essentially, we had two different counts and basically the same conclusion. And what do you know? We did get a move on the upside. However, the shape of that move is really what it counts in here. Why? Because if you want to say that we're going to have our final low around here, then okay, you need to be able to find off of the lowest low in this region a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. This specific example is called an impulse. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, wave 3 is just not allowed to be the smallest wave. And for our sub waves, 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have different patterns. I don't know, let's say like, sure, an ABC into 4 and a WXY into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening and why am I now a bit optimistic on XLM. Let's zoom in more. Okay, so first things first, I think we can all agree that relative to this move down, we are actually having a rather strong move up in this initial phase off of the lowest low down here, about 36.1 cents. Now, a strong move up is what? Yep, you guessed it right. One very important characteristic of an impulse. And also the fact that we are absolutely able to find off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is yet another optimistic sign suggesting maybe this is going to be hopefully our final low in XLM. However, hope is absolutely not enough for us. We need to wait for some more signs suggesting we have hit our final low and we're going to have a move up. And what are those signs? Question. What happens after a 5 wave up? We are going to have a move down, you guessed it right. But here's the deal. If we are truly bullish, then okay, our move down, number one, has to be very much slow and choppy. And number two, between our pullbacks up, we should be able to find overlapping of the waves. Now, at the moment in XLM, I think we can actually consider the possibility of having an A, B, C zigzag. And in terms of the sub waves, 5 down into A, correction for wave B, let's say ABC, and then another move on the downside into our C leg. And if I just go on the live chart, I think we are able to find the subwave. So I'm thinking probably we are having from this high a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, and this initial move down is also another 5 wave. So who knows, maybe we do have an ABC zigzag in here. Now, what you want to see in the next, let's say 48 to 72 hours is generally before taking this low down here about 36.2 cents, a very strong move on the upside, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to continue this short-term uptrend. This is going to be the next important step that we want to take if we are truly bullish in XLM. On the other hand, what you do not want to see is something like this, maybe another move down followed by a consolidation pattern and yet another strong move down, because at that point this is going to suggest, you know what, instead of an ABC, we're having probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means our move down is simply not over yet. So for now, let's hope for a move on the upside, and then we are going to make new updates and see where are we going to go from there. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XLM Lumens chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.